Have you ever wondered about the history of Star Trek? Star Trek, one of the most iconic and influential franchises in science fiction history, began as a bold experiment in television storytelling and has since evolved into a vast universe of films, series, novels, comics, and an enduring fan community. Created by Gene Roddenberry, Star Trek has explored themes of exploration, diplomacy, diversity, and technological advancement while reflecting contemporary social issues. Welcome to History Wonder. The origins of Star Trek trace back to the early 1960s, when Gene Roddenberry, a former pilot, police officer, and television writer, envisioned a science fiction show that was both thought-provoking and adventurous. Inspired by shows like Wagon Train and science fiction literature, Roddenberry sought to create a futuristic series centered on a starship exploring the galaxy. Roddenberry pitched his idea to NBC, which initially rejected his first pilot, The Cage, in 1965, starring Jeffrey Hunter as Captain Christopher Pike. However, NBC saw potential in the concept and granted a second chance. The reworked pilot, Where No Man Has Gone Before, introduced Captain James T. Kirk, played by William Shatner, Mr. Spock, played by Leonard Nimoy, and Dr. Leonard Bones McCoy, DeForest Kelley, among other key characters. The revised version impressed NBC executives, leading to the launch of Star Trek, the original series, in 1966. Star Trek, the original series, aired from 1966 to 1969 and followed the crew of the USS Enterprise, the NCC-1701, as they explored strange new worlds under the directive of Starfleet and the United Federation of Planets. The show tackled important social issues such as racism, war, and gender equality through allegorical storytelling. One of its most groundbreaking moments came in 1968 with the episode Plato's Stepchildren, featuring one of the first interracial kisses on American TV between Captain Kirk and Lieutenant Uhura. Despite its progressive themes and dedicated fan base, the original series struggled with ratings and was canceled after just 3 seasons. However, its syndication in the 1970s helped build a devoted following, leading to its status as a cult classic. The passionate response of Trekkies, the fans as they were called, played a crucial role in reviving the franchise. After the cancellation of the original series, Star Trek lived on through novels, fan conventions, and Star Trek the Animated Series, which aired from 73 to 74. The animated series continued the adventures of the Enterprise with most of the original cast reprising their roles, albeit in animated form. While it only lasted 2 seasons, it contributed to Star Trek lore and won an Emmy Award for Outstanding Children's Series. The franchise gained new life with Star Trek the Motion Picture in 1979, directed by Robert Wise. The film was a commercial success, though it received mixed reviews for its slow pacing. Nonetheless, it proved there was still an appetite for Star Trek, leading to a series of successful films featuring the original cast. These included Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan in 1982. Admiral Kirk faces his old nemesis, Khan Noonan Singh, in a deadly game of space combat. The film is often hailed as the best in the series thanks to its emotional depth and intense storytelling. Star Trek III: The Search for Spock in 1984. After the tragic loss of Spock in the previous film, Kirk and his crew defy Starfleet orders to recover Spock's body and restore his Katra, leading to personal and professional sacrifices. Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home in 1986. The Enterprise crew time travels to the 20th century Earth to save humpback whales, whose extinction in the future could lead to planetary destruction. The film's humor and environmental message made it a standout. Star Trek V: The Final Frontier in 1989. Spock's half-brother, Sybok, hijacks the Enterprise in search of a mythical planet believed to house God. The film received mixed reviews due to its uneven tone and weak special effects. Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. A conspiracy threatens peace between the Federation and the Klingon Empire, with Kirk and McCoy framed for assassination. The film served as a fitting send-off for the original cast. In 1987, Star Trek The Next Generation premiered, bringing a new crew and a fresh vision of the future. Set nearly a century after the original series, The Next Generation featured Captain Jean-Luc Picard, played by Patrick Stewart, leading the USS Enterprise D. With a more diplomatic and philosophical approach, The Next Generation resonated with audiences and became one of the most popular Star Trek series. The Next Generation led to a series of films, including Star Trek Generations in 1994, Captain Picard teams up with Captain Kirk to stop a villain obsessed with achieving immortality. With Patrick Stewart playing Captain Picard and William Shatner reprising his role as Captain Kirk, the film serves as a bridge between the original series and the next generation. The film offers an emotional farewell to Kirk while solidifying the next generation's transition to the big screen. Star Trek First Contact in 1996. This is one of the most critically acclaimed films in the franchise, featuring the crew of the USS Enterprise E as they battle the Borg, a relentless cybernetic collective. When the Borg travel back in time to prevent humanity's first warp flight, Captain Picard and his crew must follow them to the 21st century to ensure history unfolds as it should. The film blends intense action, time travel intrigue, and character-driven drama, making it a standout entry in the Star Trek cinematic universe. Star Trek Insurrection in 1998. Picard and his crew rebel against Starfleet to protect a peaceful alien race from forced relocation. The film explores themes of morality, resistance, and the ethical responsibilities of advanced civilizations, delivering a mix of action, romance, and the classic Star Trek ideals. Star Trek Nemesis in 2002. Captain Picard and the crew of the USS Enterprise E face a grave new threat from the Romulan Empire. A coup on Romulus brings Shinzon, a mysterious and ambitious young leader, to power, who is revealed to be the clone of Picard, created as part of a failed Romulan experiment. The film delivers intense action, emotional stakes, and a climactic showdown that marks the final cinematic appearance of the Next Generation crew. The Next Generation's success paved the way for further expansions, including Star Trek Deep Space Nine in 93 to 99, a darker, serialized approach that focused on a space station dealing with political intrigue, war, and moral dilemmas. Star Trek Voyager from 1995 to 2001. The series followed a Starfleet crew stranded in the distant Delta Quadrant, seeking a way back to Earth while encountering a new alien species. Star Trek Enterprise from 01 to 05. A prequel series exploring the early days of human space exploration before the formation of the Federation. After a brief hiatus, Star Trek was revitalized by J.J. Abrams' 2009 film Star Trek. It featured younger versions of the original characters. The film was a box office success and introduced the franchise to a new generation. 2 sequels followed. Star Trek Into Darkness in 2013. The Enterprise crew confronts a rogue Starfleet agent who turns out to be Khan Noonien Singh, leading to high-stakes battles and personal sacrifices. Star Trek Beyond in 2016. Stranded on an unknown planet, Kirk and his crew battle a vengeful alien warlord with a personal vendetta against Starfleet. In the streaming era, Star Trek has found a new life with multiple new series, including Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Lower Decks, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and Star Trek Prodigy. These shows have helped keep the franchise relevant, appealing to both longtime fans and new audiences. So Star Trek's impact extends beyond entertainment. The franchise has inspired advancements in technology, including mobile communicators, the precursors to modern cell phones, and voice-activated computers. Its vision of a diverse, inclusive future has influenced generations of scientists, astronauts, and engineers. The optimism of Star Trek continues to resonate, proving that the franchise's mission to boldly go where no one has gone before is far from over. Thanks for watching. What topics in history have you wondered about? Comment below and let us know what videos you would like to see, and be sure to like and subscribe.